3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, welcome to Afyagram. As today I will be taking you through how to get a baby boy. Please join me from the start of this video to the end, as I will be giving you the top tips for conceiving a boy. Remember, with this method I'm about to tell you, it has about 99.5% of getting a boy. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, as you will be watching through this video. Some couples are almost desperate to conceive a baby of one particular gender. Fathers especially can be eager to have a boy, but there are also mothers who long for a son. Most couples, however, listen dearest, are happy with either a boy or a girl, so as long as their baby is healthy and strong. But if you are keen to try to sway the odds of having a boy, then there is no harm in trying. So please take these tips, will guarantee you to have a boy. One of the most basic questions that most of couples ask: can't I choose which sex my baby is? Now, recently, a new procedure called pre-implantation genetic diagnosis (PGD) has become available to parents, and it is used in conjunction with in vitro fertilization, and it is a way of detecting specific genetic disorders within an embryo before it is placed within the womb. One of the best techniques that have been discovered and recently is employed most to couples who have some specific genetic disorders. So before they are to conceive, they can use these techniques to understand of whether the newborn baby will have some genetic disorders. This method is recently also been applied to couples who want to have a certain baby of a certain gender or of a certain sex. So you can use these techniques, and doctors can use these techniques to help you. So this is one of the scientifically proved method that can help you. And here the only problem with this method, it is on having a success pregnancy. But if it is taken care, doctors assure you with 85% of success for getting pregnant. So do not worry. If you have a very correct process of taking these methods, it can guarantee you having a sex boys. But we also have another techniques that have been used, and one of these techniques, it is timing of the intercourse. Now, timing of when couples have sex is thought to actually make a difference in helping to conceive with a boy. It is one of the strategies suggested in Shuttle method, which claim that the chances of having a boy are boosted when the conception occurs as close to ovulation as possible. Boy, represented with the Y sperms, are not as resilient as female, which is the X sperms, and according to Settles, it may help to provide a bit of additional support to the Y sperm to get their destination without having to compete more than they absolutely have to. Of course, this all depends on the willingness of the couple to track the woman's ovulation and be available to each other during those crucial fertility hours. According to Dr. Shettles, you should time to have sex 12 hours before you ovulate. So also, according to Shettles, if you want to have a boy, then you have to avoid having sex in the following times: either than 24 hours before you are about to ovulate, after 12 hours since you ovulated. So you need to make sure that you do not have sex either than 24 hours before you are about to ovulate, and do not have sex after 12 hours you have ovulated. So if you consider this, will help you to have a baby boy. But also Sheto's advices one among the best positions during sex can help you to have a baby boy. So deep penetrative sex is preferable. So this helps to deposit the sperms and the semen closest to the woman's cervix, so they get given the best opportunity to get to the eggs in the fallopian tube. So 12 hours before ovulation is sought to maximize the chances of conceiving with a boy. So there are some of sexual-based positions that when applied help you so much to have the sperms very close to the ovum. So immediately after the ovum is released, it can be fertilized. But also the best position helps the woman to get orgasms. So preferably before the man dies. Now this boosts the alkaline properties of the vagina, which support the sperms to do their work. So orgasm also causes uterines and vaginal contraction, which helps to push the sperms upwards to where they need to go. So best sex positions, it ensures that the women get orgasms, and when a woman gets orgasms, it helps to increase the alkalinity around the vaginal area. Another thing is to increase a father's sperm count. So one another technique that whenever a father wishes to have a baby boy, he must make sure he does not ejaculate for 4 to 5 days before ovulation, so which according to Shadow says will increases the chances of having a baby boy. You know, whenever a man stops ejaculating for almost 4 to 5 days before the ovulation occurs, there will be cementations or accumulations of sperms, and when that day reaches, it means he will be able to release a lot of sperms, hence increasing the chances of getting a boy. Now, therefore, what are the general tips to help conceive a boy? Another thing is you have to take caffeine drink. So caffeine may help to give the wine-laden sperms an addition boost, and any drink or cup of coffee or even some chocolate before having sex won't do any harm to you. So make sure you take this as they help to boost the wine-laden sperms to increase its speed and make it easier to fertilize. So suggest your partner change in his underpart preference if he is into tighter briefs. So boxer shorts don't have the testicles close to the body and cause them to overheat. And this can reduce the number of sperms that are produced, and in turn, the likelihood of conceiving a boy may be diminished. Now, what about the food you eat can also affect you getting a baby boy? It does seem that the male sperm prefer an alkaline vaginal environment, which is where the correlation between the diet and the gender selections comes in. So, but whether or not eating a less acidic diet makes a difference is still open to debate, but it is probably does no harm to you. But it also reduces your chances of getting a boy because it increases the acidity around the vaginal area. So what are the kind of food you are advised to take if you really want to have a baby boy? Eating less spiced foods and food containing vinegar, citrus juices, and fruits, tart and tangy flours are foods that you need to avoid. Also avoid eating daily foods such as milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. They are also food you are advised to avoid. Eat more food containing potassium such as banana, broccoli, potatoes, spinach, and Brussels sprouts. They are foods that you are advised as they increase the alkalinity around your body. Also, some researchers believe that taking dairy supplements of evening primrose oil boosts the chances of conceiving a boy. So make sure you try out these foods will help you to increase the alkalinity around your pubic areas. So please, as I told you, that this video will help you to give you some understanding points that if you consider them, they will help you to understand how you can try to have your dream comes true. Remember, so many have verified after using these tips. 85.9 said yes, it helped them. So please try them keenly. And if you have anything to ask, please drop your comment there down and we shall discuss together. Thank you. See you on another video.